is early. I'm an hour early today. Can you believe it? Um, let's see here. I got to see if I can figure out how to switch this around. I swear this Instagram thing is going to drive me crazy. I got to get on here one time when I'm not actually trying to talk about stuff and figure out how to make it so I'm not backwards and reversed. I move one way and it's different on YouTube. All right, we got YouTube got going. We got Facebook going. We got Instagram going. It's Tuesday. That means it is question and answer time. We missed last week because why did we miss last week? 4th of July was last week. We had a holiday last week, so I don't think I did anything. I don't think we did a live last week. So we're back at it. We're early because I've got a new program that I'm working with, a business coaching program that I'm working with that has meetings on Tuesday at 8 o'clock, which is a normal time that I would be doing this. So this is going to be earlier, maybe later. We'll see what works best. Maybe I'll move it to another day. But for today, I figured I'd just go a little earlier. So as always, what is going on with you all? What questions do you have? How are things going? What have you tried? We've talked about a lot of stuff over the last few weeks. What are the things that you've tried? Have you had success? Are you struggling with things? What's going on? How are things going? Let me go to my comments here. Hey, Karen, what's going on YouTube? We got Italian on Carnivore. What's up? Good to see you too. We got Marie. We got Michelle. Everybody, what is going on? So remember, this is how this works. You guys ask questions. I will try to answer them. If you don't ask questions, then I'm just going to start rambling. And I honestly have no idea what I would ramble about today. Haha. That's not true. There's always something to talk about. One of the things we can talk about is me telling you a story. You're getting on a plane tonight, but there's hold on a second. Michelle said she's getting on a plane to come to the conference tonight, but the conference isn't till Friday. Are you coming down and spending a few days in DC or something before the conference, Michelle? Hey, Dr. Kilt is on. What's going on? Right 3680 is coming to the conference. That's awesome. Dr. Kilt says, doing great, my friend. Thanks for coaching. Thanks for the great coaching advice. Appreciate it. So Michelle's spending 2 days in DC before the conference. Nice. That would explain the train question. Copper Top. Gosh, I love that. That brings back some memories. Sarah Joyful Journey says, I started strength training today. I started with 10 pounds. Boom. I love it. Do what you can. It will get stronger. You will get stronger. It will get better. Copper Top says, I do a 4-minute plank workout. My abs are plenty strong. It's my arms that get tired. What type of arm exercises can I do so it's easier? Okay. So a 4-minute plank tells me that you are definitely ready to move on to some other things. So doing a plank, if you like doing plank workouts, there's a ton of stuff you can do that's going to help activate more of your body. So thinking about doing a plank while you're moving other parts of your body. So you can do bird dogs. You can do, I don't remember all the different names where you're doing one arm extended, one leg extended, opposite leg extended while you're in a plank. You can do push-ups. That is a plank. Push-ups is a planking exercise. Okay. So if you get good at planks, you can start doing push-ups. There's a lot of things, shoulder taps, walk in, walk outs, changing over. So doing a plank on your elbow like this, where your weight is on your elbows, and then going from one side to the other. So you're going from a regular plank on your elbows to a side plank, back to a regular plank, then to a side plank. So there's a handful of things that you can do. That's a really good question. Maybe I'll do a video sometime on all the different plank variations. Aha. All right. Where is the conference? Dr. Kiltz, the conference is in the Baltimore area. If you go to antithetic-conference.com, you can find it. There's a link in my profile. It's this Friday and Saturday evening. I think we start at 4 o'clock in the evening on Friday. Then we go through the evening, and then it's all day Saturday. Ton of great people are going to be there. It'd be awesome if you could swing by this weekend. That'd be fantastic. And then next weekend, we're going to see you in New Jersey. I don't know if I can handle 2 weekends of Dr. Kiltz in a row. I'm not sure my brain can handle that, but that would be freaking awesome. Jen Pataro's on. What's up, Jen? Let's see. Copper Top talking about more planks. Yep, definitely lots of plank options. Okay, we got anything on YouTube going on? John is on. What's up, John? We got to talk, John. I'm going to send you a message. MJ is going to be here. All right. Let's see who else we got. Kristen's on. Kristen's there. Kristen, you guys are coming? I didn't know you guys were coming. I get to meet you and Kaylin. That's awesome. Fantastic. John says, good afternoon, evening. Second week of par 3, 9 holes walking. Bam. I love it. All right. When you have clients who are improving their fitness and they can go from not doing much to walking a course, golf course with a bag, carrying a bag too, right, John? Not just dragging it. I love it. That is fantastic. Becky Swarms. What's up, Becky? Let's see. Oh my God. So many people are on. I can't say hi to everybody. Sean's coming to Antithetic. DePaulo powerlifting. I love it. Let's get some powerlifting discussions going on, DePaulo. Oh my goodness. All right. Here's a question. If you are coming to the conference this weekend, wave, tag, say something, make a comment. I'd love to see how many people are on tonight that will be at the conference. I am really looking forward to this conference. It is not going to be a huge, one of the things we did not want to do at the conference is try to make this big, gigantic thing. So we have about 100 people that are coming. It's going to be super intimate isn't really the right word, but it's going to be chill. We want everyone to feel like you're amongst people that are friends, because a lot of you may already know each other. A lot of you are followers of either myself or of Natalie, and we're in some of the same Facebook groups. We're in some of the same groups. A lot of our clients are going to be there. It's going to be a really fantastic time because you're going to be with a group of people in a tribe who are all doing things differently. And it's really cool to be part of a group of people that are different than everybody else, because we're the only people that understand ourselves. Does that make sense? We get you, you get us. It's all a blast. All right. Let's ask some questions, guys. I'm getting pumped. We're going to just talk all freaking night about the conference if I don't shut up. What questions do you guys have? What are some of the things you got going on that maybe you've seen on the internet, you've seen on a YouTube channel, or read an article, or had a post, or whatever that made you go, wait a second, that doesn't make sense. Or how come they're saying this when someone else is saying this? Whatever that may be. Ask your questions and see what we can do to help you clarify and clear things up. Michelle says she thinks intimate is a perfect description. It definitely, and it's going to be close. It's going to be a lot of close-knit communication and quality time spent with other people who are doing the same things that you're doing. And that's really what we want to do. Carnivore Nana is on. What's up? All right. Fur Babies for me is on. How you doing, Fur Babies? This is what happens when I go on early and nobody knows that I'm going on early. Nobody's ready with questions. Jen, you have to come to the next one. Ooh, Kristen asks a great question. All right, we're going to put this one on YouTube. Okay. What are your thoughts on time under tension versus more reps? Well, technically, more reps is a way to get more time under tension. So what we're basically talking about, time under tension is more the overall umbrella concept that talks about just how much time in general are the muscles working under resistance. So whether that's a 1 minute, a 1 minute lift, right? Okay, let's 1 minute lift is a long time. Let's say you're doing 4 seconds out, you hold it for 2 seconds, and then you come 4 seconds back, right? So you got 10 seconds of lifting time under stress, right? That wouldn't be any different than if I did 5 sets or 5 reps of 2 seconds each. Okay. So the time under tension isn't different. What is different in the way that you apply time under tension is the effect of the rep scheme that you're using. So doing a long, slow contraction and retraction, right? Going forward, holding it, and then coming back is going to affect my muscles differently than doing quick bursts for more reps. So the different central nervous system effect is gonna come into play. The different muscle fibers that are activated is gonna come into play. So time under tension in general just means the more time the muscle is under tension, the better. And that is generally the case. How you apply that is where we get into some of the nuance that will change the specificity, big word of the day, of what you're actually doing to the muscle. Does that answer your question, Kristen, or did I just make it more complicated? Let me know. Okay. We got a couple other questions. Somebody, I think, in Instagram. Great question. Right 3680. Do you ever think you're ever too old for CrossFit? Absolutely not. Okay. And here's the thing. CrossFit, will be very clear, is we're not talking about CrossFit the company. We're not talking about CrossFit gyms. Okay. CrossFit as a fitness methodology is literally designed for everyone. Okay. The founder of CrossFit, Greg Glassman, the guy who came up with the methodology and put it all together, right? His whole philosophy was the needs of a grandmother and the needs of an Olympic athlete are not any different. They both need the exact same thing. The difference is in the scale and the intensity and the level to which those needs are met, right? That's what's different. So the methodology is designed to give us the basics of what we need for physical independence and metabolic function, but it's also built in such a way to apply it to the individual context, goals, lifestyles, and all those other types of things. So you are never too old to follow the CrossFit methodology, okay? Because that methodology is literally what is fitness, and then how do we make it work for you? That's all it is. That's really all it is. It's not complicated. I hope that answers your question, right? Sean Bradley, 5'10". Is there any exercises you can do with your feet with neuropathy or plantar fasciitis? Obviously, first go to a physical therapist. Okay. Neuropathy is something that is beyond just your foot. That's a central nervous thing. That's an inflammation thing. There's a lot of other stuff going on when we talk about neuropathy. Plantar fasciitis is something that you should have some rehab exercises. That's also an inflammatory thing. So there are some things, shocker, that you can do nutritionally to help plantar fasciitis, but that doesn't leave out the physical aspect of things that you can do as well. So the combination, as always, you guys have heard me talk about this before, as always, the combination of doing some nutrition things, doing some fitness things, some physical things is going to be the best combination of what you need to do. But I would say go work with a physical therapist to make sure you're not going to do something that's going to overdo or be worse for you than the work you could be doing to get better, if that makes sense. It's very easy to overdo it when you're doing things on your own to try to rehab things. And we don't want that. We want to make sure you're taking the right pace, making the right decisions on the things you're doing, and you don't prolong the recovery time. Okay? Good question. Hope that helped you a little bit. Fur Babies for me. I love that name. I'm currently a 24/7 caregiver for my mom, anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks at a time. My stress level is high. Okay, high stress. I find that time for working out is out the window. How do I find the time for me? Okay, this is hard. This is a hard conversation, particularly in the circumstances where you are a 24/7 caregiver. You don't find the time. You have to make the time. Okay, whether you're worried, whether you're working at a job and you feel like your job is important, whether you're a parent and you feel like your kids are important, whether you're a caregiver and the person you're taking care of or the people you're taking care of are important. Nobody, listen very carefully to this, nobody, especially someone or something that you are responsible for is more important than you. If you are not taking care of yourself, how can you take care of someone else? You have to make the time to take care of yourself, because you cannot be at 100% for someone else if you're not 100% for yourself. Okay. So the mindset that there's too much going on, you have to find a way here to make a way in your schedule to get some time. It doesn't mean that it has to be drop everything, go change, go to the gym, come back, change again. Like the perception of what you think you need to do is probably one of the areas that you need to work on in the limiting belief system that you have that's making it harder to do it than you think it is. Okay. It doesn't take that much. You could do something that's going to improve your physical ability and improve your metabolism in 15 minutes a day. Okay. Get my beginner program, get my intermediate program where it's body weight exercises. You do something for 15 minutes. You can pick and choose from the program, right? You do something for 15 minutes, you get your body moving in all the different ways, you get a little sweat on, and then you go about your day. So there are absolutely ways that you can fit something in, but you have to first acknowledge that you need to, and then make a plan for it to happen. Okay. And if you have questions on what things can work, then just hop in to my Facebook group, get my intermediate program. I don't know where you are physically, so my beginner or intermediate program might be a good place to start as far as having something to kind of follow so that you can do it. But there's plenty of things you can do, and it's really all up here. Okay. Hope that helps. Donna Joe, what's going on? Donna Joe was on the cruise. We sat together. We ate escargot together, and all the good food. That was awesome. Hope you're having a good time back home, Donna. All right, we got some questions on the Instagram or on the Facebook. So let's see here. Time under tension. We talked about that. What are your thoughts on ice baths for inflammation? Okay, there's a lot of new science behind ice baths for inflammation. A lot of new studies are showing that basically everything that we thought, as always, about ice baths is not really what they are. Unfortunately, not everyone has caught up. Okay, inflammation, when it comes to a response to physical activity, okay, is part of the healing process. Okay, so when we shortcut that process by trying to reduce inflammation, what we're actually doing is we are interrupting the healing process. So we are making our recovery longer than it needs to be. Right? So there are some benefits in injury and some other things, right? We need to reduce swelling, we want to reduce pain, things like that. But in general, ice baths as a response to exercise, I personally would not recommend. Okay. If you're going to do ice baths, if you're going to do that kind of thing, that's something that you may want to do when you're not dealing with inflammation, right? It's something you do in the morning. It's something you do in the evening. There's a lot of different talk about when the best times to do ice baths are for all the different things, right? All the biohacking stuff, autophagy, mitophagy, thermogenesis, all those things. Okay. Personally, my thought on ice baths in general is, like a lot of other biohacks, if you don't have your sleep, your nutrition, and your fitness on lock, then you shouldn't even be worried about that. That's something that happens on top of when you get healthy, when you get your routine consistent, when you're not worried about struggling with your food addiction, when you have a healthy relationship with food, when your body is physically able to do the things that you want it to do, and you're looking to optimize after you've reached your goal in quality of life, not in body weight. Okay. Biohacks are lifestyle optimization. They are body and health optimization, they're not the train that you get on to get to the destination. Okay. They're the Uber you take after you get there. That's what biohacks are. Okay. So if you're on the train, don't try to jump off the train and get into an Uber, because it ain't going to go well. All right. That's how I think about ice baths. Hope that answers your question, Farm Boys. For me boys, for my boys. I hate YouTube handles sometimes. Doing it for my boys. I love it. That's good. Let's see what else we got. We got Liz. What's up, Liz, from Minnesota? This is the best question of the night so far. Liz on YouTube asks, can we really change our body composition at age 59? Or age 50? Yeah, age 49. Sorry, not 59. Age 49. All right. What do you guys think? I'm going to let you guys answer that question. Can Liz change her body composition at 49 years old? Okay. The answer is going to be by everybody. It's going to be absolutely 120% yes. Okay. Liz, I want you to go to my website. Okay. CoachBronson.com. All right. At the very bottom of the website is some of my blog samples. Okay. One of the blogs is a study review from a case study that I did with a group of women who were 45 and up to 50 plus. Okay. Using my programs, using a ketogenic diet over an 8-week period, every single person lost body fat and maintained or gained muscle. They all improved their body composition. Not only that, because we were focused on women in menopause, they improved their symptoms of menopause at the same time. They felt stronger. They had more endurance. They had more strength. They had more stamina. They had a bunch of things improve in their quality of life on top of the body composition stuff. So 100% absolutely. If anybody's interested in that case study, it's a published case study. Go to my website, CoachBronson.com. At the very bottom, you can go. I mean, you could just go to Google and type in Coach Bronson case study ketogenic menopause, and the study should come up. All right. So absolutely 100% yes, you can change your body composition at 49. You can change it at 49, at 59, at 69, at 79. It is all possible. That is fantastic. All right. Italian Gone Carnivore says, I started changing at 49, lost 187 pounds. Boom. Nice. I love it. Dina's on. What's up, Lawyer Dina? All right. We got another question from somebody. Hold on. I got to find it. Jen Pitaro, I think, asked a question. Jen, you asked a question. What was it? Jen, Tabata versus steady state cardio during a build. Okay. Unless you're doing 30-minute Tabatas every day or an hour of intense cardio every day, it really doesn't matter. Okay. For the general idea of maintaining metabolic conditioning, generally my philosophy is muscle is more impactful there than doing a lot of cardio. Okay. So muscle is a priority for me. From there, I go to, okay, if I want to look at improving my endurance, I should have some endurance training in my program. If I want to improve my stamina, I should have some stamina training in my program. So endurance would be something like steady state, doing some zone 2, maybe even going higher for shorter or longer periods of time, once a week, right? If your goal isn't to become a marathon runner, then you don't need to be doing cardio 3 or 4 times a week. Okay. If your goal isn't to become a CrossFit athlete where you need good high glycolytic intensity interval type metabolic function, then you don't need to be doing Tabatas 3 and 4 times a week. Okay. If you're doing it to maintain metabolic function and to be capable in different areas of fitness, then, and your focus is on building muscle, then your focus is on building muscle. Building muscle activities should be the thing you are focused on. That doesn't mean you don't have a day of cardio or you don't have a day of Tabata. But if your focus is on building muscle, then that's where the work should be focused as well. Hope that answers your question. Okay? Guys, because again, when most of the time, when people ask me questions about how much cardio should they be doing, it's because somewhere in that little noggin, there's the idea that cardio is what's going to burn the fat. Okay? And that is going to mess up, that thought process is going to mess up the other things that you're trying to do if you're trying to build muscle, improve metabolic function, improve movement quality, improve central nervous system performance, and things like that. Okay, so if you're trying to build muscle, then focus on building muscle. The other stuff can come and you can add it in, but it should not be the focus. Hope that answers the question, Jim. All right. Moplin is asking a question on Instagram. Please, quick question. I am carnivorish, 95% carnivore, almost zero carb, and I do a lot of mountain biking. Awesome. I love mountain biking. Okay. Long races, people use a lot of gels, mostly dextrose. What can I use as a source of fuel? Okay. Number one, Moplin, electrolyte your butt off. Okay. There's a guy I want you to follow. I just talked to him. There's a couple people that you can find for endurance sports in keto. Okay. Debbie Potts. Why can't I think of her name right now? Keto. Crap. Look up Debbie Potts keto. I can't think of her Instagram handle right now. Tony Pascola is another name that you can look up. He just did. We were just messaging. He just did what did he just do? Hold on. He just did some kind of race. Try an Ironman. He just did a full Ironman while carnivore. Okay. So there are definitely people out there doing it. The number one thing that I'm hearing from people that are extreme endurance athletes is electrolytes. Okay. A lot of people that I've talked to have been saying that they're basically bringing element packets with them and stuffing element packets and shooting, like snorting element while they're running. Other people, I do believe, I've been looking, I haven't found anything specific. It's a hard trail to follow on the internet, but there are some ketone based gels or drinks that you can, I don't know what you have to carry with you on the bike, if you have enough pockets, but there are some ketone options that if you want to take some liquid ketones, then that would be great as well. So I would say experiment with some of that stuff in your training, but ketones and electrolytes will probably be your best bet. Hope that answers the question, Moplin. All right. Let's see. Jen Pitaro says, yes, it does. It makes sense. Good. Lift heavy things. There are low carb gels, I feel like. Yes, I think there are low carb gels out there. Ketone based gels is what you're looking for. All right, let's see what we got on the Instagram. MJ says, I was in that group. Yes, she was in that group. Annette says, I wish I had been in that group. Annette, you can still be in a group, right? If you guys don't know, I have a boot camp that basically does the exact same thing, okay, that the study did. Thank you, Jen, very much. Appreciate you being on. The study that we did for 8 weeks last year, okay, functional fitness, ketogenic diet, coaching, group calls, group support, tracking your body metrics, tracking your body composition, tracking your food, all that stuff. That's what my boot camp is. I basically took everything that we learned from there, did a bunch of things between then and now, and then put it in my boot camp. So, Annette, if you want the same thing that we got in that case study, go to my website, coachbronson.com, click on the boot camp in the programs, and sign on up. And then you, too, can have the same kind of results. Highly recommend it. All right. Questions we've got here on the YouTube. Coach, I've started a new routine at the gym. All right, let's see what we got here. 5 to 100 reps at times 2 sets. Then the third set, enough weight to fail at 50 to 100 reps. Did you mean 5 to 10? I'm hoping, Ali, that you meant 5 to 10, not 50 to 100, because then you went to 8. So let's assume 5 to 10 reps at 2 sets, and then third set, enough weight to fail at 8 reps. Enjoying it. Goal is to build muscle. I'm wasting my time. Am I wasting my time with this style? No, that sounds like great. That sounds great. So basically, you're doing 2 warm-up sets, right? You're trying to find a challenging weight, and then you want to go something that's super challenging where you're going to fail at 8. So you're doing some warm-up, and you're getting really one good working set to failure. Okay, that's fantastic. I think that's a great way to go. It's a great way to start. You're not overdoing it. I'm assuming if you're following a program that it's got a good enough gap in between days. So you're getting a rest and recovery before you do that same thing over again. But I think that's great. I think that's a great way to get started. Yeah, and the way to determine if it's working or if you're wasting your time is to track it for a few weeks, see how your body composition is. Are you building muscle? Do you feel stronger? Is the weight that you're using for those 5 to 10 and then the 8 reps, is it going up? Okay. If you do that this week and then next week you do the same thing with the same weight, and instead of failing at 8, you get 10, then you know something's working. Right. So then the next time you do it, you go up in some weight till you find a weight that you fail at 8 again. It should be more weight than you used the week before. So if that is happening, then you're thumbs up. Keep getting it. Great question, Allie. Thank you. Hi from New Zealand. All right, let's see what we got here. All right. PC says, hi from New Zealand. After being 100% carnivore for 4 years, I am noticing a real drop-off in motivation and general zest for life. Should I start reintroducing carbs? P.S. I'm a 65-year-old man, 6 foot, 165. Okay. There's so much that we could go into there, PC. The questions about motivation and general zest for life are something that honestly I would say would be a great thing that you could have a conversation with a therapist. Okay. That's the kind of thing that beyond just nutrition, there's other stuff. I have no idea what's going on in your life. Okay. So there could be a bazillion other things that are impacting your perception of the world, your perception of yourself, your vision for the future, the goals and aspirations you may have or don't have, the things that fire you up and get you passionate or don't. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into that. The impact of what you're doing, if you're actually doing carnivore and you're actually eating enough, okay, the only aspect of what you're doing nutritionally that I would say I would get into is, are you getting enough food? Okay, if you're under eating fat, if you're not getting enough overall food, if you're not getting protein, if you're not exercising is a absolute must for brain health. So if you're thinking in your head, this might be why you asked the question. If you're thinking in your head, something about the way I'm eating is affecting my mental health, get more protein, get more fat, go get muscle, build weight, get exercise. Guys, the impact that muscle activation has on your brain health is absolutely phenomenal. There was a study that came out earlier this year that showed that exercise, resistance training, has a 1.5 times stronger benefit to mental health than psychosomatic drugs, right? The drugs that people are getting for for mental health issues, okay, are less effective than exercising. Okay, go lift some weights, go work out. That doesn't even get into brain-derived, I always say this wrong, BDNF. Go look up BDNF. I can never say neurotrophic formula, okay? BDNF. Go look up BDNF and what it does for neurogenesis, neuroplasticity, and brain function. Go look up what happens to the brain when we exercise and we utilize our central nervous system to make mind-muscle connections. Okay, all of those things are fantastic for brain health, and I highly recommend if you're not exercising. Again, I don't know anything about your PC, but if you're not exercising, start exercising today. Okay, I hope that answers your question, PC. Annette G says, really, question mark, even if I'm coming off of injuries? I'm assuming you're talking about joining the program coming off of injuries. 100%. That is what we specialize in. Okay. The program is designed, just like when I was talking about CrossFit, the program is designed to meet everybody where they are. So you're going to come in, you get a program. Guess who you have access to ask questions about how to modify something if you need to because of an injury. Okay. Part of the program is having access to, hey, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this, but I just had knee surgery. These are the things I can't do. What else should I do instead? And I'll tell you, you can do this, you can do that, you can do this, or do all the other stuff you're doing and just forget about that until your knee heals. Whatever it is. But here's the thing. We're going to focus on what can you do to help you move forward. And that's what part of the program is. That's what the coaching is all about. A lot of times people have injuries, they have something going on where they have a limitation, and they focus on the limitation. My job as a coach, the coaches that I have as part of the program, I've got some great coaches. Isabel and Michelle are fantastic coaches. Our job is to help you focus on what you can do so that you can move forward and not let yourself wallow in the limitations that you may have in your life. Okay? So Annette, yes, you really can join even if you're coming off of injuries. Okay? Hope that answers your question. Yes, PC, awesome. Lots to think about. If you need it, yeah, again, therapy, guys, I don't know how many people I talk to on a regular basis as clients in general in the community. Everybody at some point in time, many of us at multiple points in their life should be getting therapy. Everybody. We're all messed up in the head at some point in time, and we need someone to help us work it out. Okay? I can help you to a point when it comes to identifying some of the limiting beliefs you have, working through some of those limiting beliefs and working through some of those belief systems. I'm not qualified. I'm not a licensed therapist. Okay? So I have referred many people to therapists to say, look, I can help you with this much of what you have going on, but there's some deeper stuff. You need to go work with a professional who can help you figure out what's going on. Because, guys, your lifestyle, your quality of life, what you eat, how you work out, all of that stuff starts here. If you can't get this thing going right, nothing else is going to last. And sometimes we need real, solid, professional help to get this right. Okay? And a meal plan is not going to do it. An exercise is not going to do it. Macros are not going to do it. A challenge is not going to do it. You need to sit down, dig inside yourself, face the tough things that you don't want to face, and figure out how you can change your view of the world in order to get where you want to go. Okay? It's got to happen. It's the only way it's going to happen. All right? Some of you need to, instead of following all the YouTube channels, instead of signing up for every challenge, instead of doing all of the things from a nutrition and health and fitness perspective, some of you just need to stop all that and go get therapy. And when you come out of therapy and when you feel like you found who you are and what your purpose in life is, and you work through the things that are keeping you back, when you start those fitness and nutrition and other things, you are going to be so far ahead of the game, you are not going to know what to do with it. It is going to blow you away. Absolutely 110%. All right. Let's see. Annette says she loves lifting weights. Boom. I love it. Let's see. Hi again. What's up, G? Okay. Hold on. We got this question here. PC, following on from the earlier discussion, he's responding to somebody asking about carbs. I try to do HIIT cycling once a week, lift 2 to 3 times a week, and cycle commute half hour each way most days. Okay, that's fantastic. That's a lot of work. Now, if you're cycling an hour a day, you're cycling, doing HIIT once a week, and you're lifting 2 to 3 times a day or 2 to 3 times a week, that's when are you taking the days off would be my question. I think maybe taking a day or two of not doing much, okay, would be good. Eating more might be something to take a look at. But carbs are not going to help the situation. Okay, I will say this flat out, guys. If you are dealing, okay, listen to this very, very carefully. If you are dealing with a food addiction, a carb addiction, metabolic dysfunction, mental health issues, or anything else where you are not currently metabolically sound and functioning optimally, carbs are not the solution. Period. Okay? If you are somebody like me, I'm going to use myself as an example. I am metabolically healthy. I do not, as far as I know, have any mental health issues. I am not physically limited because of my inability to do things. I am strong, I am fit, I am mobile, I am flexible. I can do whatever I want to do. I have no limitations. It's taken me 12 freaking years to get where I am today. Okay. Now that I'm here, if I decided that I wanted to eat some carbs because I want to eat carbs, then understanding what it's doing to my body, doing it smartly, I could introduce carbs back into my lifestyle without a huge detriment for a period of time. Okay. Depending on what issues I may have, right? It may start up gut issues again for me, right? Depending on what I do and how much I have or how long of a period of time, it could be a month, it could be 3 months, it could be a year from now. And then all of a sudden, man, I got IBS again and I'm pooping all over the place. This isn't working for me. I got to stop the carbs. Okay. At some point in time, it may catch up to me. It may not. Who knows? Okay. But I'm physically at a point where I can afford to experiment with that. Not because I'm trying to solve a problem with it, but simply because I would be interested in doing it. I'm not telling you that I am because I have no interest in doing it, but I'm just saying, okay? If you are not metabolically sound, carbs are not the answer. Period. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Oh my gosh, we got more questions. Let's see. I tore a ligament in an ankle last year. Oh man, yes. Okay, this is a good example. MJ, we were talking, Annette, we were talking about if you have an injury, focus on what you can do. MJ says she tore some ligaments in the ankle last year. So for 6 weeks of healing, she just focused on upper body. Okay, so there are things you can do. Just focus on what your body can do at the time and just keep on moving on. Annette says she's going through a knee meniscus rehab program. That's fantastic. I have a torn meniscus in my knee, just so you know, Annette. So I know how you're dealing with it. I know what's going on. I've been able to go for several years without having to get surgery. Just keeping it up, keeping it strong, keeping it moving, doing things like that. So I get you. Let's see. All right, let's go back to anything on Instagram. All right, guys, we got just a couple of minutes and I'm going to hop off. Let's see. We got any other questions? Michelle says, I loved therapy. Dude, I went through therapy after my divorce, and it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Fur Babies for Me says, this is my first time joining your group. You are awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you for all the great info. You bet, Fur Babies. Anytime. That's what we're here for. Like I said, right now we're going to stay on Tuesdays. If these business coaching meetings that I'm doing at 8 o'clock on Tuesdays continue to be at 8 o'clock on Tuesdays, then we'll just move this time. I think 7 o'clock just works. We'll just make it 7 o'clock, and we'll just be earlier than normal. Transformation Coach join. What's up? True Transformation Coach join. What's up, True Transformation Coach? All right. Wright says, I was afraid the conference would be filled with athletes. Everybody has an athlete inside of them. If they want to get them out, bring them out, they absolutely can. It's going to be a great group of speakers. It's going to be a great group. All right, guys. Oh. Keto MD, you have a Keto MD. Anybody looking for Keto MDs? Michelle, I know he goes to Dr. Nally. If the two that I know of off the top of my head that are currently taking patients, 3, Dr. Cybus, okay, Carb Addiction Doc on Instagram, Dr. Nally, Doc Muscles on Instagram, and Dr. Gary Schliffer, Gary Evolve on Instagram. Okay, those are the 3 that I know of that I would recommend you guys go to. I think Dr. Gary Schliffer is in California. Dr. Cybus is in Florida, and I forget where Dr. Nally is. I think he's Midwest, middle of the country somewhere. So that covers the whole range, left, right, and middle. So be great if you guys check those out. But we got one. Sean snuck in a question, guys. Sean on Instagram, Sean Bradley snuck in a question. I'm looking at starting a workout program with the trainer that work provides. Okay, so he gets a trainer at work. That's awesome. I'm currently doing B, 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 and E. Should I increase my fat or protein? I would say do what you're doing. Are you tracking your body composition? Do you know? Are you tracking your performance? I'm assuming he's going to be tracking how you're performing, the weight you're using, the reps you're doing, all that kind of stuff. Are you tracking your sleep? Are you tracking your energy? All of these things. So when you're looking to make a change, when you change something about your lifestyle and you want to know what it's affecting or what you may need to adjust down the road, if you don't have data, then that is an impossible task. Okay? So start tracking your food. How much protein are you getting now? How much fat are you getting now? How much are you lifting? How was your sleeping? How much body fat do you have? How much lean mass do you have? All of the data that you can possibly gather, start getting it together, and then it gives you something you can objectively, because that's the key. Here, where we get caught, guys, when we're trying to make changes and do stuff, is we get caught in our emotions, we get caught in our feels when we're looking at our bodies. That is going to set you off in the wrong direction every single time. That is one of the reasons I love numbers, because numbers don't know who you are. Numbers don't care about you. Okay? So the more data you have, the more objectively you can look at your progress, right? And you can step back from how you feel about your progress and make decisions that are actually going to move you in the direction you want to go. So I would say, I can't tell you if you need to eat more right now, Sean, but based on the next couple of weeks of how you're performing and what's going on with your body, you may want to do more. Okay? Take a look at that. And also, more electrolytes. All right, guys, that's it for the night. Thank you very much. I will see you all next week. Next week, we'll have stories to tell from the conference, because I have a feeling it's going to be friggin' amazing. All right? See you guys. Bye.